if anybody knows, like, you can protect your phone all you want. It's still going to get broken. You're still, I have never had my phone out of a case, and I can't tell you how many times I've repaired it. But this is starting to take that a little bit more seriously, where it won't let it fall. It'll take care of your phone or your tablet in just a few seconds. Make sure that you go to Kickstarter.com and search for Teltab Designs, Teltab Design. Okay, and this is for the mobile impaired. My grandmother just broke her hip for like the millionth time, and now she has been, kind of set to a walker. And so I have a little bit of personal experience with, like not being able to move around. I've also got a father-in-law who has got to have both the knees replaced. Mobility is an issue, and it affects up to 14% of the entire population. So it's about time that somebody took this seriously. And it's a brand new book. It's out of Nottingham, UK. It's called Mobilise, A Mobility Revolution, Mobalise. And this book is just helping you understand what your body's going through. As you get older, your bodies gradually tighten up and affect your movement and overall quality of life, to be honest with you. The loss of the movement ability over the course of a lifetime, it can have profound effects on the quality of life that you have as an individual. And while there are a lot of books that have to do with this topic, none of them encompass like every aspect from middle to older age, like Mobilise. So this isn't Kickstarter. It's not Indiegogo. I want you to go to crowdfunder.co.uk/Mobilise, Mobalise. And let's bring some knowledge to ourselves, to the young people who, it might give us some knowledge as to what we can expect. And for those of us that are going through that, like my grandmother, maybe it can give us some tips on how we can minimalize the pain that we go through. It's a great idea and a great crowdfunder, so go there right now.
You're listening to The Bill and Joe Show.
Welcome back to The Bill and Joe Show. Joe, I don't know, and I'm sure that you have been asked this question before. I'm almost positive.
Okay.
First of all, let me ask, like, are you surprised that nobody in our lives, and maybe you do have this, but I have always been surprised that nobody in my life is really that impressed that we have this show, and it's available on iTunes and iHeartRadio, and we have social media followers, and people like listening to us. People download this show.
You mean you tell someone, oh yeah, I got a podcast, and they're like, oh yeah,
cool. Like nobody, literally nobody that I've ever told has ever been like,
get out!
What's that?
Really?
Whoa. Yeah, like whoa. Until this past week, I met with my real estate agent because we're selling Cedar Wild, and I hadn't met him yet. And we went through all the paperwork and stuff that we needed to do, and blah blah blah. And he's like, "So, tell me about this podcast."
Yeah.
And I was caught off guard. I didn't know how to answer it because nobody's ever given a shit before. And I don't know. Maybe he's a really nice guy. He's a real estate agent. He's in the profession of.
Did you think maybe he was explain to me what this podcasting is? What is it?
Yeah, I mean,
how does this work?
Yeah, well, he knew what a podcast was.
Oh, okay.
But he was just like, so you do that? Fascinating. Do you get a lot of that? I mean, do you ever get somebody that's like, whoa, what is that? I mean, like, talk to me about it. What do you do?
No,
how do you do it?
No, what I get is a lot of times it's figures.
Really?
Or, yeah, who doesn't have a podcast?
Really?
Yeah.
So you know enough people that have a podcast? I don't know one person.
I know people in Chicago that have been on podcasts.
Right.
But no, I don't know anyone else that does one.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, people just aren't impressed anymore, I don't think. You got to be pretty impressive.
I guess. I don't know. A buddy of mine, we've been working on this game. He got it into the Android store. We created the logo for the app, and we went through and we really put a lot of time into this, and like he's showing people and he's like, dude, what the fuck? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. And I was like, oh, dude, yeah, you're gonna run into that.
Yeah.
Like nobody's impressed that dude, I have an app.
Yeah.
I made an app, and it's right here on my phone. You can go to download it from the Google fucking Play Store, and nobody's impressed.
Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty of the world we're in now, where everyone just can do whatever they want, and
nobody
you can do it.
I don't know anybody who
Push
makes
it.
apps. Neither does he. He doesn't know one person. Like, and here's the other thing that he gets a lot of, which maybe you can confirm that you've gotten this too, is anybody that he actually gets to play the game. The only thing that they do have to say about it is what they would do differently.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck is that? Why can't you just play it? Say, awesome, man. I'm proud of you. This is great. No, but he's like, anytime I get somebody to play it, they've always got 2 cents to add in on what I need to change, or this or that, or that or this.
That's because...
And I never even asked him.
That's because you're a personal friend of theirs, and you're telling them, this is something I did. Oh, you should have done it this way. You would never tell that to Steve Jobs, who's like, here's the new iPhone.
Right.
Because it's official. It's this thing. But when it's someone you know, like if you write a song, like, here's a song I wrote.
Right.
Even if that song's on the radio, I bet they'd still wouldn't be that impressed. You know what I mean?
Right. No,
It's
I wrote the first song. Speaking of writing songs, I wrote the first song that I've written in probably, I don't even know, 2 years. And I recorded it on my iPhone, and I showed it to a friend of mine, and, well, sent it to him. Anyway, and I prefaced it with, hey, I recorded this on an iPhone, and this is the first time I've played it. So, just keep that in mind. I'm a little pitchy in spots and stuff. I always have to preface everything because I'm such a, as you know, we were never, ever happy with any of our songs, no matter how long we took recording them. And Axl Rose warned us about that a long time ago.
He told us.
He was like, you're never going to like it. You'll never just be like, perfect. And he wrote me back, and he was like, I think you need to change the melody in the chorus, and like just gave me a whole laundry list. He's like, not bad though. I'm like, bitch, I just told you.
Pretty much just have to rewrite the whole thing.
Yeah, just rewrite the whole song. Just take it from the top, and you know what? Maybe, and then he threw in at the end, maybe I need to hear it in person.
Yeah.
Give it a real, honest attempt.
I actually need to see it in video form. I need to see the music video before I can tell if I like it.
Right. And it's just like, like my buddy, he's going through this. Like he's of course he's very proud, but like if you were to come to me and show me that you made an app, dude, the last thing I'm going to do is poke holes in it. Like what the fuck is wrong with people?
Yeah. Don't do that, dude. Don't do that.
So the question that I do get a lot is how did we start doing this? I mean, like,
how did we get started?
Like, going all the way back to listening to Bob and Tom on the way to school.
Yeah.
And being like, dude, we could do that.
Right.
I mean, this is back high school, so like 20...
Well, and then we'd pretend we were on a radio show like, hey, welcome to the Bill and Joe Show.
Right.
Just to make ourselves laugh, we would be like, we're going to go to the first caller.
Or that time that we interviewed Slash.
Oh, yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, we took a recording of an interview with Slash, and we asked him our own questions with his prefabricated answers, which at the time, were we like 15?
Right.
So they're like, how often do you shit the bed? I probably do it 2 or 3 times. Oh, really? You shit the bed 2 or 3 times? Anyway, Slash.
Right. What do you think of Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
I don't know. Something wrong.
Well, would you ever fuck my girlfriend, Slash? You think she's hot enough? Yeah, maybe in the future, if I could think of another, I don't know.
Right.
The worst sophomore thing ever. But yeah, that's
we've always been doing that.
We liked comedic talking.
Right.
The stand-up comedians, the radio shows, the
right.
skits, the videos we used to make. We got
to work on some skits. We got to come up with a skit.
Oh man, it's so hard. We used to spend so much time on it.
Yeah.
And now, you can shoot high def on your phone, so that's
right.
And edit on the computer is so much easier. But
I don't mean skits like us acting them out.
Oh.
No, I mean like skits like
on the
writing
radio.
like a song.
Oh, okay.
For the show. Yeah, I mean video, yeah, editing and stuff, that would be so easy to do nowadays. Can you imagine like how much trouble you and I had making our videos with a handheld, like it was heavy enough that you kind of needed to rest it on your shoulder when you were filming?
Yeah.
And then there was all the tape, and you had to stop and pause and have it hooked up.
I had to put a blank tape in a VCR. I had to hook up the camcorder to that VCR, press play on the camcorder, record on the VCR, and then when I wanted to edit shots, pause the VCR, cue the tape on the camcorder, set up the VCR so that it was a smooth transition,
right?
So you didn't get that.
Yeah, this wasn't before like the white fade in or
right,
anything.
And then hit play because there was a 1.5 second gear up on the camcorder, like, and I had to hear that sound like, and then I hit record, and then
right
2 seconds later,
it was awful.
it took forever.
It was awful
For a 20-minute.
I wish I had that video, the insurance video.
I know.
It's got to be around here somewhere.
I can't believe it.
It's got to be.
No one's got one.
It's got to be. God, and you know what? The thing about today is that, dude, if we would have done that today, it would be on Facebook forever. We would have it forever. That's the beauty of the positive of
that is the positive that
YouTube and
it's always
Facebook.
out there.
You can
find it.
Always go get it. We can go Google.
Yeah, it's on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, and then we missed the bus. I think with technology.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we would have had a lot more fun, and the kids aren't utilizing it. I mean, maybe I'm wrong
and
there.
I heard some. I think it was Mark Maron and Aziz Ansari talking about this, about how kids now don't know what it's like to call a girl to ask her out.
Right.
And they were talking about how it's so much easier now. You can just text them like, "Hey, what's up?" Or "Hey, what are you doing?" You know, and we had to go through that whole phone call thing. God. Like, where you're nervous and it rings and you hit, the mom says hello, like, oh shit, and then you have that bailout moment. Like, you hang up, or you is Stacy there?
Right. Yeah. I feel so bad for my kids because they're not going to have that. Like, I mean, that really is character building crap. I mean, you can't just have a Tinder account and go on dates and stuff. I mean, that's not. I mean, that's life nowadays. But God, man, asking a girl to prom.
Yep.
When it goes down to the text message.
And I don't know if this technology is going to help them or not. But like the creativity, like if you and I were bored, like hanging around the house, we would be creative and make things.
Sure.
Whereas instead, we could easily just sit and click on our phones.
Right.
And I don't know, because the creative kids will still find a way to be creative because they'll want to.
Sure.
But what about the kids that kind of needed that extra push, and they just kind of fall into the video game?
Right.
I don't know. It's
a sad day.
It feels sad. I feel like they're missing out.
They are missing out. You have not known rejection until you work up the courage. You're crushing on this girl in history class. And you somehow find her phone number. You wait.
Through the school directory?
Yeah.
Somehow.
Well, I think I had to wait for the school directory to come out.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But, and then I called her, and you will not know how much character you have until you ask a girl to homecoming that you've never talked to before.
Yeah.
And she doesn't remember who you are.
You have to explain to her, I sit behind you.
Yes.
In Mr. Conley's class.
Yes.
Oh, Adam?
No.
No. It's Bill. Bill Barron.
Right. And once you get through that awkwardness, when you finally work up the nerve, when she goes, oh, yeah, hey, what's up? And you ask her to homecoming, and she tells you that she will if Adam doesn't ask her first.
Whereas in a text, you could be like, hey, do you have a date for homecoming yet? Maybe Adam might ask me. Oh, that's cool.
Right.
That's cool. And that's it.
Avoided.
That's so much easier. That feels so much better, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, that did kind of, I mean, it sucked. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But I mean, it gave me a little bit of confidence that, I actually did it.
But you actually talked to a girl.
Right. Heard her voice.
And so then that experience made it easier for you to go up to her in person now, someone else, and be like, hey, how's it going? Right. Do you want to go to the dance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even like now that my wife and I are separated, like I feel like I would be more confident walking up to a woman and asking her if she would want to go out. I don't know if anybody's going to feel comfortable with that. Like
Right.
these kids growing up nowadays.